Happy Friday. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about voicemails and leaving messages because a lot of people don't really think about this when they are actually leaving a message for somebody. When I was in manufacturing about 17 years ago, I remember sitting in the office of my boss, and while I was sitting there, he would be listening to his messages. And within the first few seconds of hearing a message, he would decide, do I want to keep the person or do I want to delete the person? Very common trend. It happens with me, actually. When I'm sitting in my office and I'm going through my messages, generally speaking, I decide within the first few seconds of whether or not I'm going to listen to the message, save the message, or delete the message. So, did you ever wonder why people don't call you back? Well, I'll give you an example. If I'm an applicant, I don't know you. You call me up and you want to talk to me about my resume. And the first thing out of your mouth is, "Hi, I'm Michael Glinter calling from the Judge Group." Before you know it, what is the person really thinking? Is the person thinking, "Oh, sure, I want to listen and see what this is"? Or do you think the person's actually thinking, "Who the heck is this?" and deletes the message? Happens all the time. In fact, it happens more often than not. When a person gets a phone call, they don't know who the person is, and the person rattles off their name and their company. The first thing on their mind is, why is this person calling me? Is it an unsolicited call? Is it a telemarketer? And they hang up or they delete it. So, how do I get people to call me back? Simple. You always want to give bait to a fish, because fish will always then bite. It's the same thing with voicemails. If I'm calling a candidate, for instance, about their resume, the first thing I'm going to mention to them on the voicemail is, "Hey, John, I've got your resume." If you're a candidate and I told you that I had your resume, don't you think you'll listen? Of course you will. Because instinctively, you want to know why I want to talk to you. It's like that for any type of call that you make. If you call someone that doesn't know you, and you're trying to get them to listen to what you have to say, giving them something that they're interested in, that will pique their interest, will get them to listen to your message rather than you just spattering off who you're calling with. Another great example is soliciting business. You know, when I solicit business, although I don't do it much anymore because business generally comes to me, when I call a company that I've never worked with before, I don't go right into, "Hi, my name is Michael so-and-so and I'm calling from such and such company." I tell them what they want to hear, and that is what their need is. If I know that they're looking for a certain type of person, and I got that through a referral or through a lead, I'm going to tell them, "Hey, John, I know you're looking for a systems engineer. I actually got a guy down the street. I heard you need somebody, and I wanted to talk to you about it." Why does that matter? Because people then will hear your messages. They'll listen to your messages. They will want to know more because you're telling them something that they want to hear. This is a tactic that's been used for years by good salespeople. But most people don't think of it that way. I challenge you and implore you, when you're leaving a message for somebody, think about what's going to inspire that person to actually listen. Now, this doesn't follow the same rule when you know somebody and they know you. Of course you're going to tell them who you are. But this goes with anybody that you're calling for the first time that's never talked to you before. Why in the world do you think that telling them your name and company name is going to be the clincher that's going to get them to listen to your message? Think about what value you're trying to add to that person's life and what's going to get them attentive to your message, and use that first. Bring that to the forefront. So when you're leaving that message for somebody and you want to actually talk to them, let them know what you're calling them about first before you tell them who you are. So generally the rule of thumb is you always lead with the bait and then you reel them in. And that means giving them what they want to hear and then telling them who you are. I always tell people who I am at the end of the message. I never at the beginning. Now I will tell you a hard rule is when people are listening to your message, oftentimes they're not by a pen and paper. They're not ready to write your number down. So if you're going to leave a message, always leave your number twice. And always speak clearly and slowly. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten messages from people and they rattle off their number and I miss a digit because they rattle it off so bad, I can't hear it. So next time you're leaving a voicemail, and I know this is going to force you to break your habit, try it this way, and I guarantee you, you're going to get more callbacks because they're actually going to listen to your message. Have a wonderful Friday. If you want additional information on tips and services and anything else you may need in the staffing, recruiting, and in the management leadership world, please see me at michaelglinter.com, and I'll talk to you soon.